Ron's opinion don't matter. Yeah, welcome. Beautiful day in America. Doing a lot of things. Deportation time. It's going down. It's going down. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. Sitting there trying to fix something and it ain't going the way I wanted it to go. What's going on over here? Stop it. It's great. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, having issues with this thing. Like always, there's always something. How y'all doing? Yeah, this is deportation time. Yep. Already. Over hundreds and hundreds of people has been deported. Well, man, ICE has grabbed almost 100, over 100 people. And of course, there's a lot more. That's just what's been reported so far. But I'm happy to say it's going pretty well so far. I know the haters are gonna come. They're gonna have their feelings about stuff. They're gonna be mad. They'll be upset. Oh, Trump this, Trump that. And I keep telling people this whole election is not about Trump. He was just the front runner. The whole election that was going on has nothing to do so much just about Trump. It's just that he was the one saying and trying to do the very things that the vast majority of Americans wanted done. Now, there's a handful of people that have a problem with it. There's some that can't stand it. They don't like it. They're gonna make a racial issue out of it. Me personally, I seen it all coming. I knew they was gonna make a racial issue out of it, and it's cool. You feel as though it's racist. It is what it is. But throughout my life, we all experience racism on some type. Well, I know I have, but that's why I never tell people that there is no such thing in America don't have a racial issue to some extent. But it's small. It's extremely small. It's extremely small. It's not like nowhere near what they try to paint the picture as. The other thing is the very same people that says this stuff is making a lot of money off of the racist country that they talking about. Like people like Roland Martin and Al Sharpton will sit there and paint this racial picture of America. Meanwhile, they making tons of money. They're making tons of money. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. But yet they keep trying to tell you that you're oppressed. Where's the oppression at? Like if to tell somebody that they are oppressed because of their skin color is demeaning in itself. That means you're telling people, what's up, Ricardo? How you doing? That means you're telling people that based on your skin color, you can't do it. Not based on your skill level, not based on your talent, not based on any type of merit of your ability. It's solely based on the fact of your skin color. You can't do it. And this is the reason why I've gotten to the point where the Democratic Party, I've had more than enough of their bullcrap. Because you can't keep telling people, based on your skin color, you can't do it. So you need white people to write rules to give you a head start or a jump or whatever way they call themselves trying to do it. I'm sorry. I'm not, I'm not one that stands for racism or any end. I don't think it's right for black people to be that way. I don't think it's right for white people to be that way. I don't think it's right for any race to just spew out racism, hatred towards another. That's it. But most people don't want to be honest about it. Most people do not want to be honest about this type of subject. They'll go through their whole life work at jobs, work around black people, work around white people, and never and spew all this stuff. But in reality, a lot of times we make the mistakes ourselves. We sit there and say, "Oh, I don't go to work. I get there when I feel like getting there," and that's okay with you. And I'm not talking about skin. I'm talking about behavior. I get there when I feel like getting there. Okay. And you want them to continue to allow you to keep working there because you show up late all the time. And then you'll sit there and show up or half behind do the job. Okay. Don't get mad when they let your behind go because you half behind doing the job. That's part of what goes on in life. Like, you're supposed to earn your way, not and make yourself better than the average, so that way you're not competing with them, but they're competing with you. And you can't sit there and keep saying America is a racist country when you got all of these rich black people, wealthy black people. Now we have a lot of black people that are not there, but you still have some that are there. And they got plenty of money. And if they cared that much, why are they not sharing it with you? If they care that much about you, who they keep telling you to vote for, why are they not there giving you a hand up? Every last one of them that start making that type of money, they disappear, get out of your neighborhood, and they just go live their life. And when they come back there, they come back there and say, "Oh, I'm coming back to help the black community. So what are you going to do?" "Well, I'm going to build affordable housing." I have never heard such bull crap in my life. And I'm going to explain to you why I say it's bull crap. Affordable housing means that I'm going to build these houses. I'm going to rent them to you. I'm going to get subsidized income from the government that's going to be a lot more than what I would have normally got to try to get a working class citizen family in there. And I'm going to call it affordable housing. You're full of crap. No, you're not. You're not doing nothing. You're full of crap when you say that. Because they're making a ton of money. They're making more money. Listen, I was in that business. I know how much money people make from the government when they do subsidized housing. But they'll sit there and say, "I'm going to make affordable housing." No, if you're trying to help your people, that's not helping. I mean, if you say you care that much about so-called black people, where are the wealthy black people actually doing it to help black people? Like, to me, if you really want to help black people, go find a black person that's really out there doing a lot of stuff to try to get themselves together. And you see what they're doing and give them that edge. Maybe go pay their mortgage off or go, pay their car off. That's how you help them. People that are actually helping themselves and maybe just struggling with it a little bit, and you give them a heads up. That's who you help. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. And this, people like when I hear these people like that spewing all that stuff out of their head, they full of crap. They're using that to take advantage of the black community, just like the ones they keep talking about on the white side. So that's why people like Al Sharpton and Roland Martin and I do not listen to none of them. There's nothing they could tell me because I see what they're doing. They are getting rich by driving black people to be emotionally angry at everybody, and they the ones keep spewing it out there, and they making tons of money off of it. And black people will still keep listening to this stuff and get they behind handed to them every single time. Every single time. They refuse to learn anything different other than what they stay on this so-called black code. Listen, I love my black community. I love them to death, but I'm not following that. I'm not in on that. I love them to death, but I'm gonna stick to the way I go because I know this is better for us. It's been better for me. Anybody that's around me, around me personally, if you're around me, you're gonna learn how to do something. You're gonna learn something. I'm not gonna sit there and have a conversation with you that is not productive. I don't even be around people that don't have a productive conversation. Because that's something. Why we done sat here and talked for 2 hours. And nothing productive came out of it. Zero. So why would I continue in that? Make that make sense. But if a person like me would irritate the hell out of him because they say, "Oh, every time you're around him, he preachy," or that's all you want to talk about, how to make money or how to do this, how to do that. What else are we talking about? Why are we wasting our time? You mad at me? because because I want to talk stuff like that. You're not making sense. You mad at me because that's how I want my life to be? And listen, I don't have a lot of money. I'm not rich. I'm working on it, and every day I keep working on it. I see the light. I see opportunity, but I'm never going to sit there and tell you that you have a conversation with somebody that's not productive. It just don't make sense. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this, talk about that. I mean, I have moments, but that should not be my every day of my life. That's what I get up and I do. What's up, bro? What's going on? Yeah, man. Talk about all the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Nope. And when I'm around somebody and I see that they have a productive conversation and they talk, I'll get silent in a minute because I'll start consuming. Like, oh, they talking something I don't know. And I'll get silent and I'll just start taking in everything that they talking. And I'll be like, they got the floor. Why? Because what they're talking about is useful. Even if I don't use it personally, I might be able to deliver that information to somebody who actually might need it. Because it might not always be for me. And that's the truth. That's why I kept telling people last 4 years, I said, man, if you don't do anything else, invest your money, invest your money, invest your money, invest your money. I preached the same message for the last 5 years, especially the last 4 years. Invest your money. Find some solid investments, invest your money. Invest your money. That's the only way in the United States you're going to beat the cost of living is to continuously find the ways to take your dollars and invest them. Find a little bit of money and invest it. Take a little bit of your money and invest it. Stop being such a consumer. All the time. Consume, 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 consume. As soon as they get paid, they can't help you. They can't wait to spend that money. Can't wait. Spend. And that becomes your priority every day. You see it when you're out in the world every day. Like there's a Dunkin' Donuts that I go to every single morning, right? And I'm gonna tell you how well this is how systematic it be. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts and I'll be watching the Dunkin' Donuts while I'm sitting there, maybe drinking my coffee, whatever case may be. Monday is semi-busy. Tuesday is semi-busy. Wednesday, a little bit more busy. Thursday, a little bit more busy. Friday, off the roof. Inside pack, outside pack. Everybody out there, and they got, because you can tell some people got a little check on Wednesday, some people got their checks on Thursday, and the rest of them got their checks on Friday, and you see it in there. And all these people in there, now they're getting, 12 pack of donuts, they get coffee, they get all this other stuff. By Monday morning, it goes right back down the tubes. Because now they got the budget the rest of the week to try to survive until they get paid again. For those that maybe get paid every week, some people get paid every 2 weeks, different pay. But the vast majority, a lot of people get paid on a weekly basis or every 2 weeks basis. And you see the same system over and over and over. And then you watch these people complain about this and complain about that and complain about this. And when you have a general conversation and you find out they haven't done anything else but pay their bills, work, and spent their money. I'm cheap. I ain't gonna lie. I'm cheap. You on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? Let me know how y'all doing out there. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Please let me know how y'all doing there. But I'm cheap. I ain't gonna lie. If somebody tell me I'm cheap. Now, am I extremely cheap? No, but I'm cheap. When I go to buy stuff, the first thing I do is go look at the prices. I want to see what the cheapest stuff that y'all have and whether I would wear it or not. That's it. I am not fashion conscious. I ain't never owned Gucci this or no big name, nothing. Never in my life have I go out and buy these type of stuff. I have never owned a pair of Jordans in my life. I have never purchased a pair of Jordans in my life. The minute I look at the price of a pair of Jordans, I'm like, nope, I'm good. I don't want it. I do not care if people clown the shoes that I had on my feet. I can care less. Don't bother me one bit. And I'll sit there and be like, oh man, no, I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because if I have to get up and go to work and I spend, let's just say I'm a person that makes bring home $500 a week. I'm just going to use that as a number, a factor. So, and you go, I don't even know how much Jordan's is, but let's just say $200. You're going to take $2 of the $500 that you made in a week and give it to Jordan. And I'm just using Jordan. I'm talking about anything. It could be Gucci, whatever. You done spent 40 hours of your life. 40 hours. You came home with $500. And you're going to give $200 of that to a pair of sneakers, and you're going to put them on your bottom of your feet, and you're just going to walk on some hard behind concrete and wear them out. And I'm not saying that's your money. You got a right to do that. I'm not saying you don't have to do that. But I just don't do it. Because in my mind, it's like, all right, Nike stock is around the same price. So if I trust the sneaker, why not, and the brand, why not trust the company and invest in it? So instead of taking that $200 and putting it on a pair of sneakers, maybe go get a $30 pair of sneakers and take the rest of that money and put it on Nike stock. Because the sneakers ain't going to be worth nothing. Because I'm going to wear them out. They're going to get dirty. But if I buy the stock, it might increase in value. Now my worth came up higher. Same thing with iPhones. I mean, I got smartphones and stuff like that. I don't own iPhone nothing, and I will never buy it. I have a certain amount of money that I'm willing to spend on a cell phone, and about as far as it's going to go with me. And some people be like, oh, well, I want a cell phone. I want an iPhone. I don't own no iPhones. I never have owned one. Why? But I own Apple stock. Why would I spend $1,200 for a phone? And if I trust the phone and I trust the brand, why not buy the stock? Apple stock pays dividends. Nike stock pays dividends. Now so even while you own the stock, you're gonna get something out of it in a dividend, in the form of a dividend. But I guarantee you that the vast majority of people is going to continue to say, "Oh, but why?" Because we're trained in our brain to look good first. Spend. That's just not my MO. It's not my MO. I like my firearms. I like my guns, whatever the case may be. Anybody who been on my channel, follow my channel, know that, I'm an advocate for the Second Amendment. I think it's necessary. But I also own stock in Smith & Wesson, and I also own stock in Ruger. Why? Because if I trust the brand, why not also purchase stock in that company? And these are the things that I always tell the people around me. Anywhere I spend my money, I got invested. I got stock Walmart and Target. Any places I got to spend money, if they on the stock market, I'm gonna put money there first. I don't need them to go. I don't need their product or them to have sales. What I need, because it doesn't matter to me, because even if I go in there and purchase the item, at some point, because they pay out some type of dividend, that money's going to come back to me. Some of that money, depending on how much of that stock I own. So when people start talking about the cost of living, and they hear people talk about investing your money, but other people they'll tell you, oh, don't do that. You might lose all your money. So they don't know what they're talking about. Listen, I invest money all the time. Yeah, you can lose your money on the stock market, but you can also lose it out your pocket. You can also get hacked into your account. But the bigger part you're going to lose is the cost of living is going to keep going up, and the value of your dollar ain't going to be worth nothing. And it's even worse when you got a stupid administration like the one that just left out of office, who said that who caused all of the damage that they caused, makes it even worse. Nobody was prepared. Very rarely was people prepared for what happened in the last 4 years when Joe Biden got in office. I knew what was going to happen. And people that are smart about using their money right and smart, they knew what was going to happen. And they was prepared for it. And it wasn't that complicated. All you had to do was treat it like a squirrel. Squirrel store. When they see the winter coming, before the winter get here, they store everywhere. They store so much that they'll forget some of the places that they put stuff at. So somebody who's take that little bit of money and they store some money, invest their money somewhere at different places, to the point where you might invest in some money somewhere where you forgot where you invested. Oh, I forgot all about that money. I forgot I had that. And then when moments like what happened in the last 4 years come along, you're not destroyed, you're not financially bankrupt because you were storing before it happened. Now you might, your worth might, your value, your money you have might go down some. You know, it might diminish some. But if you weather the storm long enough and you prepare well enough, when you start to come out of the storm, now it's like, woo. Now you're doing even better. Now you got to go back to that same routine. Okay, now I see some more money. I see my money being able to go further. I'm going to take some of this money and I'm going to start storing again. Because I know another storm or another hardship might come through here again. But if another hardship comes, it's not going to affect me. And I'm talking about the average person. I'm not talking about wealthy and rich people. They there already. They ain't got nothing to do with it. It don't affect them like it affects people that trying to live paycheck to paycheck. Or just trying to survive on a regular basis, and the cost of living is just consuming everything. Those are the people that I'm talking to. I mean, they can take that as advice or whatever case may be, but that's how I function and that's how I handle my money. I just like, I'm not going to just go out there and spend, because I got to prepare, I got to save, I got to invest, I got to do all these little things, and then I get to enjoy a little bit of it. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a happy person. I enjoy my life regardless to where I'm at financially. And what I do every single day, I enjoy doing it. I actually like it. I like investing my money. I like it. Sometimes I look and say, oh man, that's a lot of money going today. And then tomorrow it might be something different. I don't know. I'm okay with it. And the hardest part about investing is you got to be able to stomach the fluctuations of the stock market or whatever way, in value of things or whatever. If you're in the real estate, you're going to have to be able to stomach when you run into those moments where your tenant ain't paying you rent. And now you got to consume that cost of your tenant not paying you rent. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very, very much. If you got a tenant that's not paying you rent, now you got to stomach that moment. And even then, you should have prepared for it. Because if you didn't prepare for it, you're going to be in trouble there. That's why you can't just, every time you get paid, you can't just, it's not a good thing to just keep going to spend your money every time you get paid. It's not a good idea. It's not good. It's not good financial behavior to spend everything you get and just hope for the best. Because what happens is that because you trying to live from check to check, and then all you had to do really is take a small portion of your money every chance you get when you get paid and invest that first. Treat that like a bill. Treat investing just like a bill. Take a small portion of your money, invest it. And small portion of your money, invest it. Just like I got to pay electric, like I got to pay gas, just like I got to pay my rent, just like I got to pay my mortgage. I also got to pay a little bit of money and then I got to invest that too. And in time, if you do it right and you learn it and you do it right, eventually you took care of your investments and now your investments are taking care of you. That is the American dream. That is the American system of investing. But a lot of times when you're a consumer, they don't, in schools and stuff, they don't teach you about these type of things because the school system don't want you to know about that. What they want you to be is a consumer. The government wants you to be a consumer. That's why they have a consumer report. Why? So you keep track of how you spending and how much you're spending and where you wasting your money on. And that's why they advertise that way, to keep you spending, and to make you feel like you're not up with the sign of time. Oh, this is the new fashion trend. This is the new fashion trend. Why? They created the trend so you can follow it, so you can feel like you're part of something and spend all your money for it. That's all they doing. And the vast majority of people fall for the same trap over and over and over. Over and over and over. And then will be mad and upset because now they're financially devastated. Well, you didn't prepare for this. This is your fault because you didn't prepare for this. When someone was talking about being, being disciplined with your money and somebody talked to you about managing your money, you didn't want to hear that conversation. And now you're struggling and you mad because the cost of living is so high, but you didn't want to hear that conversation. You wanted to have fun. Fun cost. You didn't want to hear that conversation. You wanted to have fun, enjoy yourself. That's fine. But if you take care of business first, business is going to take care of you next. And then you can have all the fun you want because there's so much coming in that is you got so much coming in that it's not going to hurt. And all you have to do is manage your life and make sure you don't overdo it. That's it. It ain't rocket science. You don't have to be the most brilliant person in the world. You just want to make sure that you're financially smart with your money. If you make $500 a week and you don't take $5 or $10 out of that and invest your money somewhere, you're doing yourself an injustice. Sorry. You're doing yourself an injustice. And then when things get bad and you can't get yourself together, you're gonna wish you did. And I've had moments where things happened all at once. And I thank God that I was wise enough to invest my money that it wasn't devastating to the point where it was game over. I took what I had, handled business, and then I went right back to doing what I do every day, which is invest. I got up today, stock market open, because that's where I do most of my investing at. I invest in the stock market. And as soon as it opened, I'm looking for opportunity. That's it. When I'm out and about, I'm still looking for opportunity. If I'm out in the streets, I'm looking for opportunity. If I see some real solid opportunity, I might jump in on that too. But for the most part, that's where I spend my time at. I'm looking for opportunity. And I usually tell the people around me, listen, stop spending your money on stupid stuff. Invest your money. Invest your money. I say it all the time. I probably annoy the hell out of most of the people that I know. But I don't care. I ain't concerned about your feelings. I'm trying to help your life. Just like it's helping my life. And that's that's my perspective on that, and it works for me. And I'm not saying that, I never tell people go put all your life in the stock market. No, you don't do that. Because it's going to do this. It's going to be up one day. Fed's going to say something. It's going to drop. Everything going to go crazy. It's going to be a whole lot of movements going on. You just got to be patient, smart, and consistent. And don't get your feelings and emotion in there. Just be patient, smart, and consistent. Learn the market, why it does what it does, and you'll eventually you'll find your rhythm, and you'll start. It's going to hurt you in the beginning. I don't care who you are. It's going to hurt you. Rarely do somebody come into the stock market and, great day. Nope. It's going to look ugly. But if you're consistent and you stay on it, it's going to get beautiful. That's it. But if you don't look at it that way, if you don't go into it with that mindset, it's going to be game over you real early. I stayed and I kept going. And there were times when I say ugly, it looked ugly. There's nothing to look at. Maybe, one day you're looking at $5,000 and next thing you know, that's $3,000 and you start questioning everything, but it happens. It can happen. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that that's 100% guaranteed, but it can happen. But consistency has been my biggest payoff. It is what it is. I stayed consistent. Kept small amounts, and I stayed consistent. And now it's taking care of me. Not 100%, but it's taking care of me because I just stay consistent. But I tell you this much, it's at the point now where I don't have to stay consistent no more. Now it's doing the job for me. It's taking care of itself. What I was doing out of my paycheck, I no longer have to do it. Now it's now the money just recycles itself. That's it. And it's been a blessing. That's why when I hear people talk about, America is the greatest country, listen, I don't know about no other country, but I know there's great opportunity right here in America. And if you want to make it in America, you got this. You're going to have to change your mindset to some extent. You're going to have to be disciplined to some extent. You got to get out of the mindset of, I gotta have those Jordans, I gotta have that iPhone, I gotta have this. And I'm not talking to everybody. I know some people just they ain't trying to hear nothing I got to say. But I'm talking about the ones that struggling, really want to change their financial situation. This will help you. It will help you consistently if you do it. And my thing is, if you on a job and you working, look for what opportunity that job offers. Look for, if that job offers some opportunity, be aggressive and go get it. Be the best on your job. Don't be that one that's complaining all the time, coming in late all the time, half behind on your job all the time. No, you be the best at what you do on your job. And then you make sure that you make all the money off that job you could possibly, and you take your money and you slowly invest it somewhere else to make sure that now I got my hand in everything. And if you consistently do that for about 5 years strongly, eventually you can slow down, and then it'll pick up and it'll start offsetting the work that you was putting in. Now it's working for you too. Now you got you working and all your investments working and all y'all working together. And now you're starting to make some money. Now you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now your investments are starting to take care of you. It don't mean you're going to be rich overnight. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not, and for people that say that, I'm not saying it don't happen, but that is extremely rare. I'm telling you that the way I've done it, and that's the only thing I can talk about, this is not, people can do what they want to do. I'm just talking about how I do it. And it's been a blessing for me. Amongst other things, God has been good to me, but I'm just saying on this part, I feel like I'm following what God put in my heart to do and a way to do it. And it's been a blessing to me. And as simple as that. I invest my money in places where I spend my money, if I can. Simple as that. If I go there and I shop, if I go to Walmart and spend money, I want to buy Walmart stock. I even look at the food that I buy. If you got kids, let's say you got kids and you buy a lot of like cereal, Kellogg cereal. Okay. Buy their stock. Post brand, buy their stock. That's it. That's what I do. If I spend money there, I'm going to buy their stock if it's on the stock market. I don't care. I'm going to buy their stock. And especially if I know that they pay out some type of dividend, I'm in. Yeah, it could possibly go bad. I don't care. That's the risk you take. Life is risk. I go in and I'm in. And all of these companies, Campbell Soup, I buy stock. I don't care. People get sick. All right, I'll buy their stock. All of these pharmaceutical companies, they own the stock market. I buy their stock. Let them pay out dividend. I'm buying their stock. And that's what I do. I'm not saying what I'm doing is the only way, the smartest way, the most brilliant. I don't know. I just know it's working for me. That's all I can tell you. It works for me. And I tell you, you should go out there and buy stock in all these companies. I'm just saying, it works for me. This is what I do. And I've been financially okay for a long time. Am I rich? Nope. Not even close. But I've been okay. And that's what I keep doing. I just stick to the same pattern. I don't even change my pattern. I don't change. People are like, oh, you want to do it now? I mean, yeah, I got money in crypto. I mean, I think crypto's, starting out was a little weird, but I think it's just as a good investment. It moves a lot more than the regular stock market, and it comes with a lot greater risk. But I got money there too. It is what it is. My thing is this, is that if you go out to the store and you buy coffee every single day, let's say you buy coffee 5 days a week. All right, well, take one of those days of that coffee, that $5 you spend on coffee and donuts, and invest that into some type of company. Starbucks, if you buy coffee from Starbucks, if you spend money at Starbucks, you should own stock in Starbucks. Dunkin' Donuts is not on the stock market no more. They went private, so you can't buy that stock. But Starbucks is on the stock market. If you go to Starbucks once or twice a week, then you should own Starbucks stock. Something. I don't care if it's $1. Put it there. $2, $5. I don't care. It's so easy to invest nowadays. There's no excuses. There's too many ways for you to be able to get in, open up your stock account, brokerage account, and be able to invest. You got all these platforms out here that allow you to invest money And that, most people are on them. And yet, if you don't take advantage of it, then you get what you deserve. I'm sorry. It's like, it don't even make sense to me that you would not at least take advantage of it. And I'm not telling people to go buy a bunch of stock. Just buy a little bit. Put money there. You spend money there anyway. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very, very much. And that's basically what I do on a regular basis. Every day at 9:30, when that stock market opens up, my face is right there. Even while we sitting here talking, it's on the stock market, but it ain't really much I want to do right now today. So I'm just like, it is what it is. But I still got my eye on it. And that's how every day, small, consistently, I invest. And it's been a blessing to me. And I'm not going to say you're going to get rich, but I'm telling you that if you financially disciplined, you can do pretty good with it. If you're smart and you don't just jump in, get excited about a company and then, man, that's a great company. I'm going to go put $1,000 in. I don't do that. That's not what I do. When I bought Walmart, I put $1. I said, I can buy one. All right, I'm going to put $1. And every time I seen Walmart stock drop a lot, I put a little bit more money. That's all I do. I get excited when the stock market is down. Every time I see the stock market drop, that's when I try to buy stock. I don't care about it being up. It means zero to me. That's for everybody else. For me, when I see everything going down, I'm watching it go down, and I'm saying, okay, I got a few dollars. And then that's when I start filtering a little bit of money that I have in it. And then I'll close the book or watch it and see what happens down the road. I don't care about all the other stuff. Now, some people are looking for the hot moment. People who trade stock, I get why they do it. They, trying to make quick dollar, this and that and that. I'm good. I just wait. I'm like that slow turtle. I'll just be like, all right, this drop, and let it drop a whole lot, and I find out why, and it ain't nothing that I need to be that concerned about, then I'll go a little heavier. Like, okay, boom. And I've got investments right now that I am literally up 150, 200%. Now I got some that I'm down a decent amount, but I've collected so much dividends off those companies that it doesn't even matter. What's up, First Man? How you doing? Thank you very much. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Yeah, and that's exactly that's all I do. I mean, and I appreciate it. That's what I do. I just be like, all right, it's down. Bam. And I just dump money in there. I used to didn't even want no stock in Target, but one day I looked at it and I think I can't remember exactly, but it was like $120. Somewhere around in there. It was closed down in that mark. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a whole share. I dumped it in there and put a whole share in there. Then I seen Target go up to about $1.60 or something like that. And I was like, I sold it off. Now, normally I just sit there and hold it and I'll be like, But then for some reason I sold it off, and then later it went back down to almost where I bought it at. And I said, you know what? I put the money back. But I increased my position. That's what I was concerned about. I was like, okay, cool. So it increased my position in it. And it was like, all right, cool. And I do the same thing. And believe me when I tell you, I have investments right now in easily over 500 different companies. Now, y'all be like, say, that's a lot. No, it's not a lot. If I had $500 and I put $1 in each one, that's 500 companies. It's not that complicated. So I'm not telling you like saying it in the sense of a bragging, saying that, I got all this money. What I'm saying is that if I got stock in 500 different companies, and I would suggest you do. And I'm gonna tell you like this, and I really don't like talk about this, but I'm here, so I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna give y'all a little insight of what I do. And I'm not saying it's 100% guarantee, but this is what I tell my family members when I start talking about investing and stuff like that. I say, listen, go find 500 companies that pay out dividends, right? This is what I tell them to do. Go find 500 companies that pay out a form of a dividend. I usually stick to the ones that pay out dividends 3 months in every month. If it's 6 months in a year, I don't want to wait that long. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying for me, I don't do it, right? This is what I do. So I'll go get those 500 companies. Every single one of them is going to get $1. Starting out, $1. And then I go in and then I'll set it on what they call total return. Now, let's say if you're using Robinhood or if you're using the Cash App or something like that. Let's say Robinhood. And I'll go into Robinhood and I'll switch it to total return. What total return is going to tell me is that based on the money that I have in there and the stock price, it's going to tell me what I'm in the red in and what I'm in the green in. I care less what the stock price is. I don't care about that no more. That dollar, me putting that dollar is establishing an average cost for me. So that's all I care about. So if I bought, let's say Walmart, let's say it's $100 and I put $1 there. So I'm going to look at my average cost and it's going to be $100. And okay, now I got $100 average cost, right? So the next day I look, let's say Walmart, and I'm using Walmart as an example, after I've established my dollar in all of these different companies. This is how less of a risk that I take. I'm telling you, this is what I do. So the next thing I know, and I say, okay, Walmart said it dropped down to $90. Okay, I'll drop another dollar in there, right? And the only reason why I drop another dollar and I look at my average, so it's going to average off at about $95 because I put the dollar at 100 and I put another dollar at 90. So my average cost is going to drop down to about $95, right? Now, if it keeps dropping even further, then I'm going to add more money in there. Why? Because I want to try to get my average closer to that lowest price as possible. Doesn't mean this is 100% guaranteed. This is just what I do. So now let's just say Walmart dropped down to $70. I know Walmart is not that price. I'm just using it as an example of saying Walmart. So now I didn't average down. Let's say my average has gotten it down to like $80, right? Then at some point, Walmart's going to start to possibly go back the other way. Now, if it goes back to $100, I'm at average cost of $80. Don't know how much money I've gotten in there by the time it hit that way. But the minute it starts to go green for me, I stop putting money there. I'll look for something else. Now, I got 500 options because I put $1 in 500 different places. So that's why I do it that way. I'm like, okay, I got it down. So if I can't put more money in Walmart, I'll look for something else and say, okay, Target or some other company, rather it's an energy company, Sunoco, whatever case may be, I'll look at these other companies and say, okay, I got all these dollars there. I'll look for everything that's down for me and I'll drop another dollar or put them in. And that's all I do is I feed the money. Now, what ended up happening after a couple of years, the dividends start coming back greater. Before I was just getting pennies here, pennies there. Those pennies started turning into dollars. Those dollars start turning into more dollars. No problem, Mountain Man. No problem. Those dollars start turning into more dollars. So now I'm at, I might have had my investment dollar amount, total amount might be $1,000, $10,000, $20,000. So at some point, monthly wise, I got to the point after a few years of doing it, that I'm getting $500, $600, $700 back in dividends. Why? Because I just kept putting money in, putting money in. Now, at that one account, I just said, okay, I can push the brakes over there. Why? Because all I did, now I don't have to take no more money out of my paycheck. And that $400, $500, $600 is what I leave there, and I let it sit. And every time I seen the stock market crashing or going down, I say, okay, now I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna start feeding that money back into the market. So now I don't take no more money out of my paycheck. I just let the money that I get in dividends keep recycling in. So every single month I get an extra. Then when I put it back in, the dividend amount that I'm gonna get the next month is gonna be slightly higher because my position has increased. And then I just keep doing the same thing every single month. Now it's taking care of itself. Now I'm not the type of person to leave all my money in one place. So I got other platforms that I use to invest my money. I don't just use Robinhood. I don't just use Webull Pay. Webull, and then they got Webull Pay for crypto, but I don't just use one platform because I don't like having, no one should have their money all in one place. And I treat it just like, that's why I use the squirrel as an example, because squirrels don't just put all their nuts in one place. Squirrels will be all over the place, planting nuts all over the place. Why? Because they don't want it all in one place. And if some other person comes to find their money, try to find a squirrel, and someone comes and steal that money, now you might get your money back, but it's going to be a problem. So a squirrel will just put it all over the place. That way, if I have an issue with this one, I got money over here. If I have an issue over there, I got money over here. If I got an issue over here, I got money over there. And that's why you diversify. You put it everywhere. And there's an old saying is, would you rather have one person give you $1 million, or would you rather have 1 million people give you $1? And the logical answer would be you rather have 1 million people give you $1. Why? Because if one of those 1 million people die, you still got the, the 900 million, 999, whatever, that you still have left giving you that dollar. But if you have one person giving you $1 million, well, if they die and that source goes away, you're done. They were your source for the $1 million, and now you get nothing no more. So you got to I treat investment the same way. I'm not going to just go grasp onto one company and just dump all my money there. No. I got to spread it all over the place. So as America functions, I got my hand in everywhere I could possibly put my hands in, rather it's $1,000 or rather it's $1. It doesn't matter to me. And don't get me wrong, there is some time when you see something going too bad, you say, okay, I might want to push the brakes on that. But again, that's the risk that comes along with investing. I stick to the same pattern, and I haven't changed my pattern in the years, and it's been a blessing to me, and I stick to it. I don't, and then how I keep myself encouraged is when I'm out and about and I'm driving around and I'm looking at stores and stuff and things like that. I got money invested in everything from the ground to the consumer, everywhere. So if it's mining, I got money there. If it's consumers like Walmart, Target, I got money there. If it's car making, car dealership, car manufacturing like Ford and Stellantis and all these other companies, I got money there. And then what makes politically wise, I pay attention to what the political doing so that I can kind of get a grasp of idea where things are going to be shifting and moving. And that sometimes might influence my decision sometimes. Sometimes it don't, sometimes it will. And but all of these companies are paying me dividends. And then the point is, if you get enough money and you invest enough money, eventually your investments take care of you. And for people that complain about the cost of living and the bills that they pay and how high bills are, and if you find out that the company that you pay the bills to is on the stock market, I'm giving y'all a hint here. Let's say your water company is on the stock market and that water company pays out a dividend. If you consumed enough of that money from that water company, your water will technically be free if you're getting the same amount of money in dividends back that you pay on your water bill every single month. My point is, where I'm at in the city of Philadelphia, Pico Energy is on the stock market. If I had $40,000 just invested in Pico Energy, which is an electric company in Philadelphia, it would offset my electric bill, and I wouldn't have electric bill no more because they pay 10 cents on 10 cents a share every month on their stock. So it would take me almost $40,000 to get that much money back in dividends, but it will actually cover my electric bill. So in the United States of America, if you invested smart enough, you could literally purchase an income enough to offset all of your cost of living, and you will never actually have to pay for it. That's why the rich never go broke if they smart with their money. It has nothing to do with their brain cells. It had nothing to do with that they got some great opportunity or someone. The reason why the rich can't go broke is because if they got their money invested in these type of places, people like Shaq, I know Shaq does this because Shaq got his hand everywhere, but they can't go broke because even if they spent a lot of money, it's going to keep coming back so fast because they got money invested everywhere. And it's the same thing I do. And I'm not saying I got a lot of money. I'm trying to get there. I'm working on it, but I see the light. And I'm like, wow, shit, I ain't doing nothing crazy. And this is for people. And when people ask me what I got, I say, I call my strategy broke man investing. If you broke, you can do it this way. Because everybody got $1. If you got a job, you got $1. If you broke, you can do it the way I'm doing it. There is no excuse to not have nothing invested. If you got a job, but you know you're struggling, but you got a job, you can do it how I'm doing it. If you on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Like I said, if you broke, you can do it the way I'm doing it. If you listening to this video and you heard everything I said, and I would suggest I'm going to keep this video up and I'm going to leave it there. And if you missed anything I said, you can always go back and watch the video again and try to go back and say what, the kind of recap of what I'm saying on this. But I'm giving y'all a little bit of gold here. And I'm not bragging or anything and nothing like that. Believe me when I tell you, I'm not bragging. I feel like, as much of rhetoric I go on and talk about this and talk about that, I really do this. I really put this out here for the sake of there might be somebody out there that's looking for an opportunity to better their life. And this might help them. That's the only way I can look at it. This might actually help me. And this is how I do it. I'm not called a broke man investing, but you got to be able to stomach when it looks ugly. But the more you be patient and the more you wait for the stock market to do these moments and you follow what the Feds are doing when they start talking about interest rates and stuff like that, and you see how Wall Street is moving, they got big money. You ain't prepared for that. If you ain't got big money, don't go try and mess with that. But if you stay low key and you slow walk it and you be patient and you just keep waiting for opportunity to put a little bit of money, always have a little bit there to work with. Eventually, you can change your system. You can change your circumstances around, and you're gonna be good. But you gotta be able to stomach it, and you gotta be able to weather it, and you gotta be able to look long. And you gotta look long term. You gotta look long term, and that's it. You gotta look long term, and that's all I do every single day. Is I look for opportunity to put a little bit of money away, invest a little bit of money, and into different stuff. And then when I'm out and about, that's how I encourage myself. Like I see everywhere I got money at. When I pull up to the gas station, if I pull up right now to Sunoco gas station, right, and pumping gas in my vehicle, guess what? I got stock in Sunoco. Sunoco pays me dividends every 3 months. If I pull up an Exxon Mobil gas station, I got stock in Exxon. Exxon pays me every 3 months. If I go into Walmart and purchase something, Walmart pays me something every 3 months. Is it a lot? No, it is, but it's something. I'm getting something back from when I'm spending my money at. Target, I get something back. Food, I get something back. If I buy cereal, I get food, so I get something back. And that's my point that I'm making is that this is why I invest the way I invest. Same thing. I got stock in Ruger. I got stock in Smith & Wesson. Why? Because I'm a gun head. I like guns. And so therefore, I should invest in the things that I spend my money in. My vehicle is a Ram, Dodge Ram. Old, but it's a Dodge Ram. But I got money invested in Dodge Ram. I got money invested in Ford. Why? I don't own a Ford, but my family do. So I got money invested in Ford. I got money invested in everything. I got it in mining, companies that mine. I got money invested in the trucking companies that ship, JB Hunt. All of these different companies out here that ship product and stuff, I got money invested in. I got money invested in the shipping companies that ship stuff across seas, Zim. I got money invested in all of these different shipping companies that use shipments from country to country and stuff. I got money invested in this overseas stuff. I got money invested in everything I can possibly get my hands on. That's it. And when I say money, I'm not talking about I got a ton of money. I got money, some type of money. If you don't have your hand in the kitty, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. So you got to put some skin in the game and see what happens. Be okay with it. I say, and my logic to me is don't invest what I ain't willing to lose. But I'm going to lose anyway. If I don't invest in something else, going to come and consume it. When I go buy stuff from the mechanic store, what is it? Advanced Auto, I think it is. I got money in stock in them. And I continuously, that's how I invest my money. I invest my money in places where I see people spend money and where I spend money. That's the only logic that I use. Where I spend money and I see other people spending money. That's why I start out investing. Now, I do have some other investments that is probably a lot more riskier, but that's where I started at. I just invest in places where I see myself spending money and where I see people spending money. When I'm in the supermarket and I'm getting ready to buy my food, I look at what other people buying. You know, I'm not staring at what they buy, but I just look and see what people spend money on. And then I look to see if it's on the stock market. I look to see if they pay dividends. All right, I'm putting skin in the game. And every day I wake up to money because I get dividends almost every single day out of the month now. Some type of dividend, some higher, some lower, some better, some worse. But I get every day I wake up, it might one day. All right, listen, JP. In all respect, right? Guess what? I ain't been in the barbershop in 15 years, bro. I will butcher it myself and not care a darn. I ain't gonna lie. I hear what you're saying. You right. But I can care less, bro. I ain't out here trying to impress nobody. I was, you know what? I'm gonna give you, hey JP, I want to give you something. I was waiting for someone to point that out, and out of every video that I've done, you was the only person that pointed that out, and I gotta give you credit on that. Oh man, I love it. Appreciate it. That's funny. I was waiting for that one, but it's all good. No, and listen, I don't take no offense to it, man. You know, when you on these lives, it come with that. It's all good. It really is. But I ain't. And listen, I told, if you watch the video, the early part of the video, I said I'm cheap. I ain't going to no barbershop paying nobody that type of money. I will butcher it myself and don't care 2 cents. I ain't worried about it. I'm not, man, these barbershops want $40 to cut your hair. No, I'm good. I ain't been in a barbershop in 15 years. I will get up there and butcher it myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like cutting it. If I took the time and actually sat down and actually cut it right, I can actually do a good job. But as I start doing it more and more, I guess start getting lazier and lazier about it because I'm older now. I don't care. It's just that. But again, when I look at that $40, I'm like, man, I can take that $40 and I can invest it somewhere else. So that's why I cut my own hair, and I can't care too much about how I look to someone else because they're not feeding me, they're not clothing me. So I take that little bit of money that I save every time I don't go to the barbershop, and I can go invest that little bit of money too. Now, don't get me wrong, I can afford to go cut my hair. Like, I'm not broke. I can afford to go get a haircut, but I'd rather save that money and then go invest that money and build my wealth as much as I possibly can. That's it. So I get what you're saying. That's funny. I don't have a wife, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't concerned about that part, but I appreciate it, man. You made me laugh. I can't tell. I'm assuming JP is a female or male or female. I'm not too sure, but either way, you made me laugh. I appreciate it. That was funny. It made my day. I was just waiting for somebody gonna point it out, but that means you're slightly sharper than the rest of them, or you weren't afraid to point it out. But yeah, and that's it. Like but that's why I don't really go to the barbershop. I haven't been to the barbershop in years, and I just the other thing is I don't like sitting there that long. Like barbershops is just everybody want to have conversation, and most of the time the conversation is not what I want to hear. And I don't like sitting in there too long because I feel like my time is valuable, and I don't want to be in a barbershop for hours. And even when you make appointments, you're still there for an hour plus before you even get your hair cut. And it's just like, I don't have the patience for it. I really don't. I got patience for a lot of stuff. And believe me when I tell you, but when it comes to sitting in barbershops, I just don't. And then where I'm at is they're not the best barber. They're not worth the money that they want to charge you to cut the butt hair anyway. So it's like, if I'm gonna make a mess of it, if I'm gonna let me look a mess when y'all done, I might as well just do it myself because I'm never really happy with the cut they give me anyway. So, but one day I might find me a barber that I'm good with and I'm happy with what they do, and I might stick to that because I used to have one. Like I used to have a barber that was very, very good, and he was reasonably priced. I mean, I've always given him tips because he was good, but then he moved away. And at that point, I couldn't find nobody that I was actually happy with what they did. So at that point, I started butchering it up myself. And I do a horrible job, but I can do a better job if I wanted to, but I just don't. But enough about that. But I appreciate it, man. That was funny. You made my day. But yeah, and that's what I said about investing. And just if you don't, that's how I do it. And I'm not telling somebody they should do investing. Some people might have a better way. They might have a more financially productive way. I don't know. That's what I do. I don't have no like great strategy. That's what I do. And I would suggest that, like I said, I'm good. What's up, Noah? How you doing? How's everything? Hopefully you're having a blessed day. Hopefully all is well. Yeah, and I'm good. And that's what I do on a regular basis. Like I feel like that when I think a lot of times people think investing and they think investing and I'm gonna be honest, and there's sometimes it's a hard conversation with me, but when growing up in the Black community, a lot of time when you start talking this way, it gets shot down very quick. Like if you're around people that don't have the foresight to see things a certain way, it'll get shot down because people will put their fear on you. And I remember as young boy, like, man, don't do that. You're gonna lose all your money. Don't do that. You use all your money, man. You're gonna lose your money. Man, that's dangerous. That's risky. Like I never heard nothing positive. And it was like, but I keep hearing all these people making money that way. Why? I mean, they doing all right. They seem like they. And then it wasn't until I hit the workforce, really hit the workforce, and I got around different type of people, and they encourage you differently. And then I realized as a young boy, I was like, all right, well, the people that was telling me that, I don't see what else are y'all doing with y'all money that says that's more productive, that's making you money? And then I couldn't see. But then when I talked to the people that would start to encourage me to do it, I realized that their lifestyle were a whole lot differently than the ones that was telling me not to. Now, here's the difference is the ones that was telling me not to, this is where I was just like, okay, y'all not even making sense at this point. These very same people will go play the lottery every single day. They will spend $35, $40 a week playing on lottery tickets. But they will tell me don't invest in the stock market because it's risky, it's going to take all your money. But yet y'all buying lottery tickets every single day. You can't get no more riskier than a lottery ticket. And it's like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, but y'all put, the lottery is set up that you never win. And once in a while, you slip through the cracks. And even the ones that maybe hit here and there, if you look at the amount of money they put in there before they actually hit, it's nowhere near the amount of money you put in there. But they're not honest with each other, with themselves. They just not. So that's why I was like, y'all not making, no, I'm good. I don't play the lottery. I played the lottery probably about 10 times in my lifetime. First time I played the lottery, I hit for $400. I was 18 years old and I was broke at the time. And kid you not, in real true story, I had $2 left in my pocket. And my dad asked me to go to the store to get him some cigarettes. And I had $2 of my own. And at the time, I was still staying with my parents. And we wasn't doing that very great, but I was getting ready to get paid, but I had 2 days before I got ready to get paid. But at that point, I was down to my last $2. And I went to the store to get my dad some lottery tickets, but I was hungry. So I was going to go get me some chicken wings and a soda, because at that time, $2, you give 3 wings and a soda, you good. For 3 wings, soda, and fries and a soda, you was good. You can pay for all that. So instead of me getting the chicken wings and the soda, I took the $2 and played the lottery with my dad and went back home. And then when I got back in the house, I was like, man, my dad was like, what's wrong? I said, I had $2. I should have got me some food because I'm hungry. And I said, I wasted my $2 on a lottery that when I went there to play for you. Of course, the lottery comes on TV and they start announcing the numbers and I hit for $400. My dad didn't even believe me. I was like, Dad, I hit. I didn't know what I won, but I actually hit because I knew nothing about the lottery. And my dad was like, he said, let me see your ticket. He said, boy, you did win. He said, matter of fact, I think you won about $400. Man, that was a blessing at the time because I was broke. And my dad actually was the one who took the ticket and got the money for me or whatever case may be, man. And, my dad's not here no more. Sometimes I miss him, but that was one of those stories. Like, he was actually surprised. He's like, that boy hit. And I said, well, guess what, Dad? They ain't getting this money back. I ain't never playing again. Now, I went out against my word and played maybe 10 times, but they might have got $20 back. I was like, they're not getting that money back. And that's it. And I don't play the lottery. And I never really played since then. Once in the blue, when they had these really big numbers, I might put a few dollars in there and chase that, see what happens. But I don't play the lottery like that. But then my point was, my dad was a lottery player all the time. But he never talked about investing, but he would play lottery all the time. He had thousands and thousands of old lottery tickets. I don't know why he would save them, but that's what he would do. And he just would play the lottery all the time. But my point is, the very same people that would say that would be playing the lottery, but they don't invest their money. It don't make sense to me. The lottery is a guaranteed loss. But the stock market ain't nowhere near like that. The stock market is not a guaranteed loss. It might start out ugly, but if you're patient and you stick to it long enough, you're gonna win on the other end of that. But you just gotta be smart and wise about what you do and be patient. That's all. But with that said, I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. I had a good time sitting here talking and ran off in my mouth. And like I always say, if you don't have Jesus Christ in your life, you're missing the boat. Anything I said don't mean nothing without Jesus Christ in your life. Don't mean nothing if you don't have God. And I always say that because, we can teach each other and talk to each other about living life. But there's another part about this life that one day we all going to meet, which is death. And I thank God that he came along and he got in my life and made me a better person. And then he offered me eternal life. And I truly 100% believe that. It is like embedded in me. And I have no doubt of who Jesus was and what he did. And if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and your Savior, I would suggest you do so. And with that, I'm going to get up out of here. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's that? Unknown paranoid. Am I reading that right? But yeah, what's up? How you doing? But with that said, I'm gonna get up out of here, and I just, I pray for y'all, and I thank y'all for hanging out with a brother. Appreciate it very, very much. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Um, please hit that notification bell. Help me grow this channel so we can continue to have fun together. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.